So apparently nobody's watching the World Cup here in America. Let's talk about why.
Would you be my Mr. Dun? I still got a lot of shit to learn.
Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Drew here, back with yet another video for all you American soccer fans out there. And in this video we're going to be talking about why the ratings for American viewers are going so down for the FIFA World Cup. And I mean, they're really plummeting down. Like, it's not even a joke, but we're going to get into the numbers in a little bit. First, I want to apologize for not uploading for 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. It's been a long time. I've just been busy with work, and I was sick like the last 4 days. So if you guys hear me like talk weird, it's because I'm trying to hold in a cough because I still have a lingering cough. But whatever, you guys aren't here for my excuses. You're here for my thoughts on American soccer and everything that goes on about American soccer. And while I was away from YouTube for 2 weeks, I read that Wayne Rooney finally decided to join DC United, and a lot of people were saying he wasn't going to do it, he wasn't going to come, but I was like, he's gonna, I know he is, and I made a video about that a couple months ago now, and talking about my point of view of what I think of him coming to DC United, if I think it's a good idea. So if you guys want to check that out and see my full thoughts on him, on his move here to MLS, you guys can check out that video. I'll leave a link down below in the comment, or not the comment section, you know what I mean, whatever. So yeah, the ratings for this 2018 FIFA World Cup here in America are really plummeting. They're very low. They're lower than I thought they'd ever be. And I have three reasons as to why I think they're going down, and I go over that with you guys in a little bit after I go over the numbers. First, so let's just go over the numbers. Let's get a recap here, okay? In 2010, for the 2010 FIFA World Cup that was hosted in South Africa, the average viewing here in America was about 2.4 million views. Okay, not too shabby, not bad, whatever. I don't expect much. It was 2000, it was 8 years ago. But then get this, look at this, ready? In 2014, this is where I got shook. 2014 World Cup that was hosted in Brazil, we averaged 3.5 million views. That's a million more views. A million more people were watching this sport and this game, getting into this game here in America. But this is where tragedy strikes. As of right now, I think maybe before the semifinals started, which was today, the 2018 World Cup average viewing for here in America is 2 million. That's it. No point, nothing. It's like 2 million and some change. And I was like, holy beep. That's 42% lower than last World Cup 2014, and like 15-ish, 17% lower than the 2010 World Cup. So now that you guys have the numbers, let me tell you guys why I think these numbers are going down. The first reason is the most obvious reason. We're not in the World Cup. USA is not in the World Cup. That's going to take a lot of fans out of the game. A lot of people who really aren't big soccer fans, who just want to enjoy the tournament because America's in it, they're all going to be gone. No one's going to want to watch it if they're not true soccer fans. I mean, I'm watching because I like soccer. I watch soccer day in, day out. I follow like crazy. And I know a lot of you guys out here, a lot of my subscribers and people who comment on my videos, I know you guys are big soccer fans, and I know for a fact you guys are watching the games. Doesn't matter who's playing. You guys probably pick a team. I mean, I was rooting for Argentina because King Messi, I wanted to win a World Cup, but that didn't go so well. But even then, like, I just like to watch it. I like to just enjoy it because it's the World Cup, man. It's like a big deal around the world. Like, and one day it will be here, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So yeah, that's the biggest reason I think why these views are so down. America's not in the World Cup. People are not going to want to watch it if we're not in it. And you know what? I'm really angry that we're not this time around, because we could have been far. I mean, look at this World Cup. This is the craziest, most bizarre World Cup I've ever witnessed. A lot of underdogs are beating the big teams. Like, Germany's already out, Spain's already out. Like, how crazy is that? Argentina's out, Portugal's out. These like giant teams are out. I think the biggest team left was France. But it's just a World Cup of upsets. And I was like, you know what? If we could have been in there, we probably could have got pretty far. I mean, we could probably be where England is right now. Like, how crazy would that be? We would be fucking lit here. I mean, I would be lit because it's the World Cup. So my second reason as to why I think the views here in America are going down so much is the time zones. Everyone knows everyone's on a different schedule. Everyone's on a different time clock around the world. But let me just put this in perspective for you guys. In 2010, I think it was South Africa, Johannesburg. I just picked like the major city. They're about 6 hours ahead of us here in America, at least on the East Coast. I'm taking this from the East Coast because I live in PA, so I'm just talking about the East Coast time zone. Pacific I'm not too familiar with that. But anyway, so yeah, they had 2.4 million views for the 2010 World Cup because we were 6 hours behind them, so the time difference would be different. If they played like 6 p.m. there, it'd be like 12 o'clock afternoon here, and like everyone's really usually working. Like the majority of Americans are working like 9 to 5 hours. Lucky bastards. And the 2014 World Cup, where we spiked the most so far out of these 3 World Cups, where we have the most views, was played obviously in Brazil, and from the Rio de Janeiro time zone, it's only an hour ahead of us. So that's not that big difference at all. And I remember being at home on the afternoon watching these games in the summer at my house with my family, because like we were all home. Everyone was home at that time, so we're all watching the World Cup at the same time. I mean, granted, back then I was working nights, but it doesn't matter. I still got to watch the World Cup. A lot more people got to watch the World Cup because it aligned with their schedule. And as you guys know, this World Cup is being played in Russia, and they're 7 hours ahead of us here in America. So the timing of the games doesn't line up with most American schedules, and that's, I know it sounds like cocky or like annoying, pretentious. But it's the truth. I mean, most of the games that I have, that I've been watching the majority of the games at work. If my boss is watching, I watch it on my break. I'm being serious though. Like the games that I want to watch, or I just want to watch any game, they're all going on while I'm working. And I know I'm not the only person who is stuck at work in the morning and not being able to watch these games because they're that 7-hour time difference. So that's definitely another reason I think that the ratings are going down, because the hours of watching this game isn't lining up with everyone else's hours. I mean, if you want to go, I guess it's the World Cup, but if you want to go to like a tailgate party, are you really going to go 8 o'clock in the morning and get drunk at a big viewing party? Most likely not. I'd rather go like in the afternoon, at least like 12 o'clock, And my final reason as to why I think these ratings are going down here in America is the way the people are being able to watch them. Now, Fox Sports recently bought the right to air all the World Cup games for the 2018 World Cup from ESPN. They paid like billions of dollars, I'm sure, because they thought America was going to be in it, but we're not. Joke's on you, Fox. So as the last 2 previous World Cups, to 2010 and 2014, they were both being shown on ESPN, which is like a cable network, which is easier access by many people. But this time you will have to watch it with Fox Sports. You have to have a subscription and pay monthly or get a free trial, but it's just more of a hassle to do that than to just flick on the TV or just go out to a bar or diner somewhere and they can just put they can just put ESPN on, because not a lot of places like bars or restaurants, diners that I've been to, they don't really have like Fox Sports. They usually have like NBC Sports, or they have like ESPN, but the majority is just ESPN. So when everything was on ESPN, it was more accessible to people. So that just makes sense to me, and I hope it makes sense to you guys. I think these reasons I mentioned are legitimate reasons as to why these views are going down here in America. So just to recap, the USA's not in the World Cup, the time zones are all messed up, and it's not on cable. You got to pay an extra subscription for Fox Sports just to watch the games. Those are 3 legitimate reasons, I believe. But could it be something else? Could it be maybe that soccer's dying here in America? No, it's not. As you guys can see, in 2010 we had 2.4 million average views, and in 2014 we spiked up to 3.5. If that doesn't like scream like soccer is growing here in America, then I don't know what else does. And I really think that if USA was in the World Cup, and if maybe the Fox didn't have the rights for the World Cup, I think despite the time zone difference, I really think that the numbers could have been in the 3 millions or maybe even higher this World Cup. But I guess we'll never know. We're going to have to wait till the next World Cup to see really, is soccer really dying? Is soccer really catching on here in the States? Because I think it is. I know a lot of you guys think it is. But that's it. I mean, what I did want to ask you guys is, what would it be like a really good average viewing for us to have? I mean, we're having like just under 5 million average views for just the World Cup here in America. And I was looking up the most recent Super Bowl final that was aired here. That was the Eagles against the Patriots, which, yeah, Eagles, Philly. But I looked up the ratings for that, and they had, when I saw these ratings, I was like, oh my god, I would die if we had these ratings here for soccer. The ratings were about 104 million views. I was like, literally my jaw dropped. I was like, damn, that's insane. And they said that number was down from the previous Super Bowl that was aired here. And I think they were both aired on NBC, but the previous one I think it was like 114 million views. I was like, what? Anyway, one day we'll get to those views, guys. But you know what? That's never gonna happen if we all don't get together and help soccer grow here in America. And I can't do it by myself. I gotta do it with you guys. So you guys love soccer. You guys want to see soccer grow in this country. Hit that subscribe button and be part of the change. And as always, guys, I'll see you next time. Much sooner than this time around. I promise. Bye.